UK lockdown, week 21! Woo! Week 21 of UK lockdown got off to a rather bumpy start, with Labour MP Dawn Butler getting pulled over by the police whilst out for a drive with a friend in London.
Pull over, mate.
Dawn accused the police of racially profiling her and her friend, who happened to be a black male driving the car. Dawn said that the police have to stop associating being black and driving a nice car with crime. The response from the Met was that the police officer had in fact entered the number plate details incorrectly into the system.
Yeah, likely story. Tell it to the judge.
And the police's suspicions were raised because the car was actually registered to an address in North Yorkshire. And as we all know, a Yorkshireman would never drive down to London, let alone be black. Here at Lockdown News, we're sure that Dawn is just being paranoid about her and her friend being stopped by the police for being black and happening to just drive a nice car. Now, as the UK edges ever closer to Brexit and ever closer to gaining our
independence!
Now, week 21 has been full of reasons why we Brits need to
take back our borders!
Most of the news channels and indeed the papers seem to be largely concerned with this pesky migrant crisis.
Bloody migrants! We should just bugger off!
Of course, who can blame these expats?
Migrants.
For wanting to be a part of this great nation.
Bloody migrants! I mean, where do they come from? Where do they come from?
So we ask the question, where are they coming from and why?
This Yemeni fighter, who doesn't want to be identified, shows me pictures he took in March of 3 British cluster bomblets.
We found this British cluster bomb in the ground in Bagan, which is a border village. It was the first time I have seen these weapons. We destroyed them to be safe.
Ah, I see. Well, I say it's jolly nice weather we're having,
But at least after they've risked life and limb getting to the safe shores of the UK, they can at least expect a warm welcome from Priti Patel's newly appointed,
and I quote,
clandestine threat commander.
to tackle these illegal attempts to cross the channel.
There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover.
Watch out, bluebirds. I hope you've got the correct paperwork.
Schools also hit the headlines this week as it was results week for Scottish Highers and English A-level students. With COVID-19,
the Chinese virus,
halting the sitting of exams,
Woo!
Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon found herself having to apologise to Scottish students this week as results were downgraded based on past performances of schools and not on the current achievements and knowledge of students taking exams. This led to protests in Scotland by students demanding that grades be remarked fairly.
that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
Aye, you may take our grades, but you'll never take our freedom.
To save themselves the same embarrassment, the English government issued a message
The night before,
that students receiving A-level results could in fact use the results achieved on their mock exams if they were higher.
oh, sir, I'll never even revise for my mocks. That's not fair.
Now, it wasn't all bad news, of course, in week 21 UK lockdown. In the billion-dollar race to find a vaccine for corona, it would appear that Vladimir Putin and his scientists are rushing ahead.
Rushing ahead.
Vlad and the scientists
Excellent band name.
claim to have created the world's first corona vaccine. Well, I'm not sure if I'll be rushing to the front of the queue on that one. This week, it was also confirmed that the UK has plunged into the darkest, deepest recession it's ever seen. Meanwhile, the smiliest and most popular Conservative politician to date, Rishi Sunak,
He's just so smiley. He's just so smiley.
Rishi confirmed that he went against Conservative ideology to help steer this country financially through this pandemic crisis.
I said that hard times were coming, and what today's numbers show is that hard times are here.
which is why, I've been prepared to put aside ideology and dogma at the beginning of this crisis and do what I believe was right to protect people's jobs, their incomes and businesses through what is an unprecedented and difficult time.
Could this be a sneaky test in the water for a potential new Conservative leader?
Well, it beats bloody Bojo.
Well, week 21, there's been so much going on that we simply can't squeeze everything into the precious minutes that we have with you. But we will leave you with the mad dash to get back to the UK. And no, I'm not talking about the migrants. Bloody migrants! We are in fact talking about the scramble for Brits to get back to UK soil before the 4 a.m. curfew kicked in. British holidaymakers who are away enjoying their time in France,
The Netherlands, Malta, Monaco, Turks and Caicos and Aruba.
were all told on Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. that if they weren't back on UK soil by Saturday at 4 a.m, they would all have to quarantine for 14 days. Brits scrambled for any means necessary, planes, trains and automobiles, to make it back to UK soil before the Saturday 4 a.m. deadline kicked in. Well, we hope you made it back to British soil in time to enjoy another episode of UK Lockdown. This was UK Lockdown week 21. I've been Alex Carr. You have been awesome as ever. Join me if you can next week for UK Lockdown week 22. Bloody migrants! I mean, where do they come from? Where do they come from? Why do they just bugger off?